Life in India has never been simple for Jenny Slaton, but her latest struggle with Sumit's family may be the most complicated chapter yet. The 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way star is once again at a crossroads, torn between honoring cultural expectations and protecting her emotional well-being. After years of trying to find peace with Sumit Singh's parents, Jenny is now reportedly pushing to move out of their home, desperate to reclaim her independence and build a life with Sumit on her terms. For longtime fans, this development feels like déjà vu. Jenny and Sumit's relationship has spent years crumbling under the weight of family pressure. From the secret first marriage to constant disapproval from Sumit's parents, every step of their journey has been a battle. Yet, somehow, the couple has always managed to find their way back to each other. But now, living under the same roof as Sumit's parents has tested Jenny's patience beyond what she ever imagined. A recipe for tension. Indian joint family living comes with a long list of expectations, something Sumit's parents have never hesitated to enforce. From household routines to religious rituals to strict social roles, life in the Singh household is not quiet or slow. And for Jenny, who has always lived independently in America, it has been suffocating. Sources close to the couple claim that what was supposed to be a temporary stay has turned into a lifestyle that Jenny never signed up for. At first, she agreed to stay with Sumit's parents in the hopes of rebuilding a fragile peace with his mother, Sahana. But it didn't take long before old wounds reopened. Instead of feeling included, Jenny reportedly feels scrutinized every action, habit, and word compared to the traditional mold Sumit's mother expects. Sahana has never fully accepted Jenny, and her frustration reportedly comes out in constant criticism. Whether Jenny is cleaning the right way, cooking the proper dishes, or following the expected schedule, she can never seem to do things correctly in her mother-in-law's eyes. Sumit, meanwhile, is caught between his wife and his parents, struggling to serve two masters. Jenny's breaking point. Jenny has always tried to respect Indian culture while still staying true to who she is. But the pressure of living under someone else's rules has left her emotionally drained. Sources say she feels more like a guest than a wife, even after years of commitment. The breaking point came when Sahana reportedly began pushing Sumit to take on more traditional responsibilities, working long hours, spending more time with his parents, and limiting alone time with Jenny. These changes made Jenny feel even more isolated. Instead of building a marriage built on partnership and equality, she felt like she was competing with the family structure that continues to overshadow their relationship. With growing resentment and emotional exhaustion, Jenny began urging Sumit to consider moving into a separate home, a choice that would give them privacy and space to build their own family dynamic. But the idea has not been easy to sell. Sumit is torn. Sumit's love for Jenny has carried them through scandal, secrecy, and cultural backlash. But he has never been able to fully detach from his parents' influence. In Indian culture, children, especially sons, are expected to care for their parents long into adulthood. Living apart is often viewed as disrespectful. Sumit knows this, and no matter how modern he tries to be, his heart remains tethered to family duty. He understands Jenny's frustration, but the guilt weighs on him. Every time she suggests moving out, he finds himself pausing, not because he doesn't want to support her, but because he fears hurting those who raised him. This emotional tug-of-war has created tension between the couple, who are once again facing a familiar question: can their relationship truly survive these cultural differences? The parents' perspective. From Sahana and Anil's point of view, Jenny's request to move out is a rejection not just of them but of tradition. They feel they've already compromised by allowing Jenny into their home after years of resistance. But they hoped that living together would strengthen their bond and help Jenny learn Indian family customs. Instead, the gap seems to be widening. Sahana reportedly still struggles to accept the 30-year age difference. She often sees Jenny as a foreigner who cannot adapt to Indian family life, believing that the couple living separately is proof that Jenny refuses to embrace their culture. To Sumit's parents, separation means losing control. They fear that if Jenny and Sumit move out, they may never return. And for traditional parents, the idea of their eldest son leaving the family home feels like a betrayal. Can they find middle ground? Jenny is no stranger to cultural discomfort, but she has always tried to find balance. Before moving in with the Singhs, she lived in her own apartment with Sumit nearby, and that arrangement worked well. Recreating that independence might be the key to restoring harmony. Many fans believe that giving each family some space would actually help everyone begin to heal. However, convincing the parents is another challenge. Sumit will need to take a firm stand if he truly wants to make their marriage work. The question is, will he a future in flux? This turning point could shape the next stage of Jenny and Sumit's marriage. If they move out, it could bring them peace, allowing them to enjoy their relationship without judgment. But it could also fracture Sumit's relationship with his parents even further. Staying, on the other hand, may continue to poison the marriage, pushing Jenny to her breaking point. For years, viewers have watched Jenny bend, adjusting, compromising, and suffering. But this time feels different. She is no longer willing to sacrifice her mental health for acceptance that never comes. After all, moving halfway across the world for love is a huge sacrifice. Asking for a home free of constant interference doesn't seem unreasonable. What's next? Fans are divided. Some believe that Sumit must finally prioritize his wife. Others argue that cultural norms shouldn't be dismissed for convenience. But whether you view the situation through Western or Eastern lenses, one truth remains: a marriage cannot thrive in an environment where one partner feels unwanted. Jenny is ready for change. She wants a home where she feels respected and safe, a space where she and Sumit can grow without fear of judgment. Now, it's up to Sumit to decide whether he'll take that step. Their story has never been simple, and this new chapter promises to be just as emotional. Love brought Jenny to India, but only mutual respect will keep her there. If Sumit can finally break free from the patterns that have held him back, their future may still shine. If not, Jenny may once again be forced to choose between love and freedom.